We're not here to clash with the community or to face them head on. Rather, sovereignty is to Islam. Islam prevails. Islam rules and it is not ruled. Islam dominates, it is not dominated. But we don't clash. This is our belief. This is our religion. Islam has scorned and criticized nations before us who gave their back to Islam and decided to follow the norms of their forefathers. Allah says in the Quran, and similarly, we did not send before you, O Muhammad, any warner into a city except that its affluent said, indeed, we found our fathers upon a religion and we are in their footsteps following. Islam came to control and to govern how things should be done in the shade of worshiping Allah alone Azza wa Jal. And this is what we all claim. We did not come here today except to express our tawheed to Allah, our obedience to Allah, being servants to Allah. And when Allah tells us, put your forehead on the floor, we say, Sami'na wa ata'na. We comply and we obey. We don't have any objections because we are Muslims. We are servants of Allah Azza wa Jal. So we need to submit our will to Allah. We need to surrender. It's not something that you can apply your logic and say, I'll choose this and I'll skip that. This is not Islam. Islam is to adhere. Islam is not to use your logic. Be careful. If you lose your logic with Quran or with the Sunnah, you'll end up in hellfire. This is exactly what Satan did. Allah told him, prostrate to Adam. He said, whoa, this is not logical. I'm better than him. You created me from fire and created Adam from clay. It doesn't make any sense. I refrain. What did Allah do? Sentence him to hellfire for a gazillion years, for eternity. And this is the fate of each and every one of us. May Allah forbid, if we decided to follow our own logic and say, no, I don't like this. This doesn't make any sense. Why would Allah do this? Why would the Prophet order me to do this? Who are you to object? You're a Muslim. You follow. And you are honored to be a Muslim and to be proud of your identity. Part of the governance of Islam is clearly described in the hadith where the Prophet ﷺ first came to Medina. So he found the locals celebrating 2 days. It's their festivals. They've been celebrating for hundreds of years. So the Prophet said, ﷺ, what are you guys doing? So they said, these are 2 days events we celebrate every single year for centuries. So the Prophet said, ﷺ, stop this. Allah has substituted you with better than them. Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Fitr. These are our 2 only celebrations in the year, which means as Muslims, I'm proud not to celebrate Christmas. I'm proud not to celebrate Thanksgiving or Halloween or New Year's Eve or Valentine's Day, as so many Muslims unfortunately do. And you get presents. Who's this from? My secret Valentine. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Do you say La ilaha illallah? Sure, sure. But this doesn't prevent me from sending you some chocolates and red roses. It does. If you believe in Islam, you know that this is haram. Don't belittle it just because you're in the melting pot. Everybody around me is doing it, so what the heck? Might as well. No. You have to have your identity. وَقَالَ إِنَّنِي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. I am among the Muslims. Likewise, what we wear has to fall under the governance of Islam. Bear witness. When Islam came to Mecca, the Prophet didn't tell the companions, take off your clothes and wear like weird attire. No, they still wore what they're used to because this is what they wear. But Islam came to govern. So Islam puts guidelines for what is halal and what is haram. For women, they must not cover their bodies. They must not wear transparent clothes or clothes that is tight and exposes their body structure and bones and curves. They must not wear something that is solely known to be for disbelievers. And they must not as well wear anything that